Aw yeah, you asked for it. Let's learn English with Guns N' Roses. So Guns N' Roses is of course an iconic 80s band, and for today's lesson we've chosen one of their most popular songs, Sweet Child O' Mine, which is great for learning intermediate grammar and vocabulary. Now, do you want to understand your favorite music, movies, series, and more? Well, we'll help you to do it without getting lost, without missing the jokes, and without subtitles. Just like Sophie, who says that along with our music lessons, she has improved her English in just 2 months. You can too. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button and the bell down below to not miss any of our new lessons. Now, let's rock and roll with Guns N' Roses. So in these first lines from the song, he says her smile reminds him of memories from the time when he was a child. That is, his childhood. Now, many learners actually confuse the verb to remind with the more common verb to remember. As you probably know, if we remember someone or something, we simply have that person or thing in our mind, think about it, or can recall it from our past. For example, I remember most of the names of my classmates from college. Now, to remind means to make somebody remember something. So, in the song, he means that her smile makes him remember his childhood memories. It would be incorrect to say that her smile remembers him of childhood memories. See these two examples and try to guess which verb should be used.
Ted, this is so romantic. The spot where we first met 10 years ago.
Oh, who's this little guy?
Oh,
Oh, he's so cute.
The spot where we first met 10 years ago. Do you remember the song that was playing that night?
I remember how beautiful you looked.
Oh, he's so cute. He reminds me of my old dog, Tumor. Whoa, whoa.
By the way, have you seen this suffix before? The suffix hood is used to form nouns that describe a collection or group. A neighborhood is a collection of neighbors, people who live next to each other. A brotherhood is a group that is closely connected by values or interests, for example, a religious brotherhood. However, hood can also form a noun that describes a condition or quality. Childhood is the period of being a child. Now, manhood or womanhood is the opposite, when one is in the period of being a man or woman. Falsehood is the state of being untrue, in other words, a lie. Can you think of any other words with this suffix? When we refer to a color as bright, that means it is a lighter and more intense tone. So he says that in his childhood memories, everything was fresh as the bright blue sky. Fresh in this case is a poetic way to say that something is full of life or exciting. When we say that something happens now and then, or every now and then, that means it happens sometimes, but not frequently or regularly. Check out this other example of this expression.
Hey! Pregnant women can't drink alcohol.
No, my doctor says it's okay to have a sip of wine every now and then.
Really?
Which of these do you think is another similar expression that natives use? Trick question, all of these have the same meaning.
So how's the game?
I have no idea.
What?
Yeah, I'm just pretending to watch the game so I don't have to help out with stuff.
And Monica has no idea?
Nope. Every once in a while I just yell and scream stuff at the TV.
Hey, wait! Oh, hey!
Is your team winning, hon?
Oh yeah, Anderson just scored again. There's no Anderson.
If you're staring at someone or something, you are looking directly at them for a long time. Also, it can imply that your eyes are wide open as you look, without blinking.
Would you stop staring at her?
I wasn't staring. I was leering.
Hey, real quick, do you want to master native pronunciation, vocabulary, and even grammar? Well, the most fun way to do it is with our Fluent with Friends course. And today, you can try it for free with our 3-part masterclass. So I want to give you 3 reasons why you should try out this 3-part masterclass. The first one is vocabulary. You will learn tons of vocabulary, and not just vocabulary that you never use and you forget, but the vocabulary that natives really use every single day. And we'll also show you how to never forget it. The second reason is because of pronunciation. You will learn the way that natives really speak, not at all like how you learned in school. And the third reason is because you will learn the cultural context, so that you will be able to understand and laugh along with every single joke. And in addition to all of this, if you join our full Fluent with Friends course, you will never be alone in your learning because you get to join our global community of English learners, the Fluency Circle. So what are you waiting for? You can try that all for free with our 3-part masterclass by clicking up here or down in the description below. So Axel sings that if he stares at her for too much time, he would probably break down and cry. When talking about people, to break down means to lose control of your emotions and start crying, as the song reinforces. It can also be seen as a noun, which is spelled all together, breakdown. Example, we were under a lot of stress and I had a breakdown. Sweet Child of Mine is a love song. The words sweet child are Axl Rose's poetic way of referring to his love interest. More specifically, he wrote this song in reference to Aaron Everly, who he even married a few years later. Keep in mind that this is not a common term of endearment. Now, the O apostrophe seen here is just a reduction of the connective of. So, in other words, sweet child of mine. Of mine is one of the ways to express a possessive construction in English, similarly to simply saying the pronoun my sweet child. It's commonly heard by natives in phrases such as a friend of mine, meaning a friend that I have. See this example.
You hear such stories about New York.
No, it's really not that bad. I mean, I for one feel perfectly safe.
Ross, these are friends of mine from home. Liam, Devon. This is Ross.
Oh.
Hi, mate.
Hey.
How are you, man?
Bluest is the superlative of blue, meaning the most blue. In this line, Axel is saying this figuratively, associating the blue from her eyes with the blue from the skies. You should also know that sometimes natives use superlatives to informally emphasize an adjective without meaning it literally. Example: John told me the funniest joke at work today. In other words, John told me a very funny joke at work today.
Well, I actually had the weirdest conversation with Joey. He was talking about rules and right and wrong and...
I had the exact same conversation.
You did? What was he talking about?
I don't know. Joey hasn't had this much trouble getting out words since we saw him in Macbeth.
Ounce here means a very small amount. So Axel is poetically saying that he would suffer when he would notice any pain in her eyes. Literally speaking, an ounce is a unit of weight equal to approximately 28 grams. By the way, when written, the ounce unit is normally abbreviated as OZ. Did you hear how Axel connected the article "an" to the word ounce? This is something that happens almost 100% of the time we see the article "an" being used, since it always precedes a word starting with a vowel sound. In this case, the two words together should sound like this: announce, announce. Listen to these other examples. Here, he's referring to a place where he used to hide when he was young. You probably know when referring to the past and talking about something that is not true or does not happen anymore, we can say the phrase used to. Example: I used to go skiing a lot when I lived in Colorado. Now, just as we hear in the song, another way to express the same idea of used to is by replacing it with the special verb would. So I could also say, for example, I would go skiing a lot when I lived in Colorado. Check out this other example.
I mean, I was in there just listening to them bitch about each other. All I kept thinking about was the 4th of July. It's just this thing. Every year we would go out on my dad's boat and watch the fireworks. Mom always hated it because the ocean air made her hair all big. My sister Jill would be throwing up over the side. My dad would be upset because nobody was helping, and then when we did help, he would scream at us for doing it wrong.
So Axel says that he used to go to this place and pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass him by. To pray is a verb referring to the religious practice of speaking to God or a divine entity in order to give thanks or to ask for help. Axel is saying that, as a child, he would pray to God so the rain and thunder wouldn't cause any disturbance. So, more literally, if something passes you by, it happens without being noticed or fully experienced by someone. Example: you shouldn't let life simply pass you by. Hey, if you're enjoying this lesson with Guns N' Roses, well, you are bound to find another lesson with songs that you enjoy in this playlist. You can check that out by clicking up here or down in the description below after you finish this lesson.